Alright, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk to you about why I believe gold and silver stocks are about to make a comeback. Now, precious metals have had a rough couple of months on the charts, but the fundamentals could not be stronger, and I'm excited to let you guys know why I'm personally bullish on shiny objects. So let's get into it. As always, we'll go over each topic that we're going to be discussing, and then we'll dive into each one individually. First things first, we of course have to base this on the fundamentals. So, got a good old write-up for you guys titled, Gold and Silver Are About to Make a Comeback. This write-up, very short and sweet, pretty much just summed together my key points personally as to why I'm bullish on gold and silver at this moment in time. So we will read through this, of course, establish the fundamentals, and then we'll get technical. So I know you guys can see the chart in the back. We're going to hop onto TradingView. This is gold, spot price on gold itself, and silver itself. So again, you guys can see here, since early August, gold has technically been in a downtrend. But I do think the tables could be turning. Gold is looking stronger than it has for sure over the past couple of months right now in my eyes, and I'm excited to let you guys know what I'm thinking in terms of future potential price action. I'm sure you guys can assume by the arrows that I'm bullish, but I want to explain what those arrows mean, as well as some other alternative patterns that gold could follow in the near to mid to long term future. Okay, so time horizon is more medium to long term on this one. So of course we will look at gold, get some price targets set, and then we'll also look at silver because you guys know I like silver as well. Okay, so take a look at gold and silver, and then after we finish the fundamental and technical argument as to why I really like gold and silver at the moment, we are going to be hopping into a sponsored review of our friend Blue Lagoon Resources. You guys, we're super fortunate to be able to work with cool companies like this, so stick around to watch this and show them some love if you like what you see. Okay, so let's get into this though. Let's get into the write-up, but as always, before we do, please give the video a like if you go on to gain value from it today, or if you're invested in gold and silver, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. It's greatly appreciated. All right, gold and silver are about to make a comeback. One, governments globally are printing trillions in fiat currencies, and that trend is very likely to continue going into 2021. So even right now, the time of recording this in mid-December, there's a lot of talk about stimulus, like a short-term stimulus, and then even more coming in 2021. So the money printing is not going to stop. A devalued dollar equals stronger assets, especially strong, sound money principal assets, which we'll get to down here. Sound money principal assets like gold and silver. That's what you want in your portfolio while the dollar is being devalued. Two, in a world where money is being created out of thin air, you want assets with sound money principles. There it is. This is where precious metals come into play. As you know, I'm a big fan of inflation hedges at the moment. I think that these types of assets are one of the most solid investments you can consider, can make considering our current macroeconomic environment. So again, current macroeconomic environment, talking primarily money printing, literally countries across the world, trillions in fiat currencies. When fiat is being devalued, again, it makes assets like gold and silver that much stronger because they have scarcity. We talk about Bitcoin a lot around here. There's Bitcoin, and I love Bitcoin. It's the money of the people. But gold and silver are known as God's money for a reason. They've been around for millennia and have proven themselves to be great stores of value over the years. So again, Bitcoin, you could say it's gold 2.0. It's the future of store of like safe haven, store of value, inflation hedge assets. But gold will always be the legacy play, and I think there's always, people love vintage. There's always going to be some popularity amongst the legacy plays, and that's why I personally like gold and silver. But we've seen a recent correction in both gold and silver over the past couple of months. When I see technical corrections like this, while the fundamentals continue to strengthen, I strike. Okay, so again, the fundamentals are still stronger than ever. The fundamentals have gone unchanged, if not, or even stronger now than they were when gold reached its high back in August. So I think it's only a matter of time before we see the price action catch up to the fundamental validity and fundamental purpose that gold really solves in our current financial environment. Okay, so that said, let's move on to some good old technicals. Here you can see, again, we peaked in gold. We are on the daily candles right here. We're keeping this pretty macro, pretty long term, and we're on the daily candles. So you can see here, once again, gold peaked at about $2,070 back in early August, okay? Since then, we saw a big old sell-off, and we have been in a downtrend, okay? And in that downtrend, we have been forming this descending channel. We talk about ascending channels a lot, but this is a descending channel. The descending channel is these two orange lines right here. You can see here it's been setting lines of resistance, points of contact on this line of resistance on the top end of this descending channel, and then a couple lines of a few points of contact on the bottom line of support for this descending channel. Okay, we're currently right in the middle of this descending channel, and it's very likely to me with channels you go up to test the top and bottom. That's what a channel is. Okay, so it's very, very likely to me from a technical perspective, especially again considering the fundamentals are strong. I wouldn't be saying this, I wouldn't be bullish if the fundamentals weren't there, which they are and which we just covered. So I believe it's very likely that we come up in gold, physical gold, to come up and test the top side of this descending channel, test this line of resistance, which would bring us to about $1,920, and that could happen pretty short to medium term in my opinion. Okay, after we hit that, I do think we'll probably bounce off that. Of course, correct, maybe we come down to the bottom side of the channel. That is the bearish argument, is we just continue to follow this this pretty long-term, again, it's been a few months long, this pretty long-term descending channel. I don't know why I don't have it drawn like that. It's more like that, okay? So it's fairly long-term descending channel, pretty textbook descending channel right here. And again, if we test up here, which I think is very likely, we could very well come down to test here. And it's the thing about channels, either ascending or descending, is that they're gonna resolve themselves at some point. But again, because I'm bullish on the fundamentals of gold, I feel like this will be resolved to the upside. Okay, so what I think is gonna happen, keep in mind, you guys, this is just my opinion, this is not fact by any means, this is just what I'm seeing on the chart personally, but do know that my money is on what I'm saying right now. That's important to get across. So I think we come up here, bounce off here, because of course we will see some resistance on this lower line of resistance on the descending channel. Bounce down a little bit, maybe go sideways, probably bounce around this for a while because we're going to want to break out, and I do think we're going to ultimately break out. Once we break out, I think we're going to test the top side of what was a megaphone pattern. So megaphone pattern, obviously a pattern that goes like this. It is shaped like a megaphone, hence the name, obviously. So I think after that, once we break out of the descending channel, I think we go up to test this channel, or not this channel, but this kind of the top side of what was a megaphone pattern. Again, the cyan line, and using this bottom orange line, the bottom line of the descending channel. Come up here, test this area around the top side of the megaphone, breaking $2,000, depending on when we hit it, of course, because this is a fairly steep channel. It really depends on when we hit it. But say we hit it at the beginning of the year, that would take us to about $2,035 if we test this. We'll probably see some resistance right there, bounce off that. And then again, just because the fundamentals, in my opinion, are very strong, I think we'll ultimately break out of that and test this very long-term, absolute line of resistance on the long-term uptrend. So I'll show you guys why this thick green line is here, okay? So zooming out a lot, this is a very, very, very general channel right here, okay? And this is a very long-term channel. Again, this is dating back all the way to June of 2019, so almost a year and a half ago. So you can see here when gold first started this big rally up after going sideways for a while, it used this line as a very strong line of support after this initial rally, broke it, stayed underneath it for a while, and then again up here broke it. Once we broke this up here, we saw it being used as a very strong line of resistance, broke it, saw a big spike up to reach its all-time highs. Gold reaches all-time highs after it broke this channel that was once used as support and resistance in this initial move up back in September of 2019. And this is just a very fair conservative trend line. Like, you could obviously draw a trend line like this, and this is probably what a lot of traders are going to be looking at, to be honest, because this is a true line of resistance. This is using top lines of like points of contact at the very tops in June and August of 2019, summer of 2019, the very top, the peak of gold, all-time high of gold just back in August of this year. And if we hit that, if we continue to move on to that, just say we hit that at the end of January, that would take us to a $2,350 gold. Okay, so again, you guys, this is what I'm personally betting on, just because the fundamentals of gold are so strong. Again, money keeps being printed. As long as money is being printed, assets like gold, silver, Bitcoin, just safe haven, inflation hedge assets are going to continue to appreciate in value because they are scarce. Okay, so those are optimistic price targets. Keep in mind, you guys, we could just continue in this downtrend on the descending channel. I don't know, but I personally remain bullish. That's gold. Let's move on to silver, and then once again, we will hop into the sponsored review. So silver is printing something that I really like to see, you guys. And you guys are, if you've been with me, you are very familiar with this pattern right here. This is a Bula flag. So it's arguably a bull flag. It's a very elongated bull flag. I see this as a bull flag personally. You could say this is obviously a descending triangle, but I see this as a bull flag. You see this parabolic run up in silver right here. Silver went absolutely crazy earlier this year. Shout out to the Waves fam. You guys remember that? We definitely did well on that one. Silver went parabolic, creating the flagpole. A flagpole followed this parabolic move, which is the flagpole. The descending triangle, which is the flag, will ultimately, if it does play out as a bull flag, obviously the pattern it explains itself. It is a bullish pattern. It has historically proven itself to resolve itself towards the upside because it is a bull flag. So what I think right now, silver, you can see silver is really dancing on this very strong lowering line of resistance on this descending triangle. So we're really dancing on it now. It depends when we break out. A lot of times with bull flags, what I've just experienced in the past as a trader, a lot of times it resolves not at the tip. Sometimes you very rarely see it resolve at the very tip, but a lot of times it'll resolve itself around this area right here because a lot of traders are looking at this. Everyone's seeing this bull flag or descending triangle, and they think it's going to be resolved at the tip. So it's game theory, guys. The traders, the market beats it to the chase, okay, because everyone's expecting it. So what I think is going to happen, I think we bounce off this, maybe come down a little bit, go sideways just around here. I don't think we're going to test the bottom personally. I think we'll bounce off this, maybe go sideways, dance along this line of resistance, show some strength, and then ultimately break out to the upside. And the exciting thing about silver, guys, is that silver is significantly below its all-time highs. Even though we saw this crazy rally earlier in the year, silver rallied up with gold. Gold did reach all-time highs, but it's very important to remember that silver did not yet reach all-time highs. So if we go to all-time, we can see the ultimate high of silver back in 2011. Okay, so this is after the financial crisis. Silver was on a hot streak. Silver is an all-time high at $50. So with silver currently at $25, if it was to reach its all-time high, and I think it could go even beyond its all-time high. Personally, I like silver more than gold as a trade. I think we could easily see new all-time highs from here, and you guys can do the math there. $50 from $25 is a very, very clean 2x, 100% gain, and that's what makes me very bullish on silver, is the fact that it's significantly below, literally 50% below its previous all-time highs. So we could see a 2x in silver if we do happen to claim all-time highs. Again, because of the current macroeconomic backdrop, I think that's very likely, and I'm very excited to see where that goes. So I hope you guys gained some value from this. Once again, if you did, let me know down below if you like gold or silver better, if you're bullish on gold or silver, what mining companies you like, because mining companies are very exciting as well. Just let me know what you think about gold and silver. Again, we talk a lot about Bitcoin as an inflation hedge asset on this channel. But again, gold and silver will always be the legacy play. Again, shout out to the portfolio newsletter family. You guys know I've been involved in gold and silver from the beginning of the crash back in March, and I've been strong ever since, and I still strongly believe in the fundamentals of gold and silver, again, as the legacy inflation hedge play. So again, hope you guys dug that. Let's move in to the sponsored review with Blue Lagoon Resources. Okay, so we're going to kick it off with the About Us, of course. We're going to move on to the homepage, give you guys a rundown of the homepage. And then lastly, we're going to go over their October 2020 investor presentation. And I want to go over a few key points here that I believe are important to share with you guys and really highlight some of the strong points of this company. Okay, so About Us, of course, you want to know what they are. Blue Lagoon Resources is a mineral exploration company focused on its high-grade gold project, the past-producing Dome Mountain Mine. The drive to mine site can be accessed all year and is just a short 50-minute drive from the town of Smithers, located in northwestern British Columbia. So again, you guys, you know, if you've watched previous analyses like this, previous coverages like this, you know that I really like companies, especially involved in the precious metal space, that are North American based. A lot of times when you go offshore, which a lot of these, I shouldn't say a lot, but some of these public companies are based offshore, things can get a little shadier and a little less, I feel a little less good about investing in some of those because their practices are frowned upon, can be frowned upon in my opinion, okay? But Blue Lagoon Resources, based in North America, based in good old British Columbia, have some friends up north, and I really like that about them just as far as location is concerned. Let's move on to their homepage. You guys know I always like looking at websites. It shows care for your product, and what really popped out to me about this and what I like about this is that they have the latest news just dead center on their homepage. And that shows that they're focused on the good stuff. They're focused on the tangible progress that they're making. So November 18th, 2020, Blue Lagoon stakes new prospective gold ground at Dome Mountain after careful analysis of its recently flown airborne geophysical survey. And you guys, I always talk about how cool this stuff is. Like this mineral exploration, the practices they use to find these mineral rich deposits and areas interests me personally, which is a big reason I do really enjoy covering these companies. And I'm very fortunate. I feel very fortunate to work with them. And November 10th, nice and consistent. Again, you guys, consistency in progress is of course good. Blue Lagoon hits 25.92 GT gold and 169.46 GT silver over 4.52 meters. Gonna be honest, for full transparency, I'm not sure how good that is. I'm gonna assume it's good, but you gold bugs, please educate me on what that means. October 20th, 2020, Blue Lagoon hits 34.5. I'm gonna guess that means gold per ton. The T is for sure ton. I have to imagine that. Gold over 1.53 meters and 15.02 GT gold over 1.71 meters. I'm sorry. Okay. So once again, forgive me for the lack of knowledge there, specific knowledge there. Again, please educate me if you know what that is. But again, from a fundamental perspective, I really like, once again, how they put the news right on their homepage, because that shows they're focused on progress and scaling their operations, which obviously you want in a company. That's the base of a good company, is scaling and progression. Okay, so let's move on to, lastly, you know what? I'll go, like, I always say this, you guys, whenever you're dissecting a company, whenever you're analyzing a new company that you want to invest in, not this, but literally anything else, any other stock, public company that you want to invest in, always go to their website, go to the investors tab. Okay, so investors will go down to presentation. All right, so presentation. Let's go here, presentation, take a look. Again, you guys, this is October 2020 presentation, so it might not be super up to date, but October 2020, that's pretty darn recent. Unlocking shareholder value with a high quality project portfolio. Not going to read the disclaimer. Blue Lagoon Resources. Why Blue Lagoon Resources? Company, I really like the dynamic of this PowerPoint. Shout out to you guys, whoever designed this on the Blue Lagoon team. Company, young dynamic corporation with excellent capital structure, recently acquired Metal Mountain Resources Inc. and its high quality assets. Management, solid management with 100+ years of experience in publicly traded companies, proven ability to raise significant capital. Invest in Canada, high quality asset portfolio, located in British Columbia, globally one of the safest jurisdictions. Gold. If you have to invest in one commodity these days, it should be gold. Excellent macroeconomic and socio-political drivers. Again, that's the fundamentals we covered in the beginning. Very macroeconomic conditions right now definitely favor gold fundamentally. Dome Mountain Mine. The Dome Mountain Gold Mine site has seen $28 million spent by Gavin Mines the last 12 years and $40 million previously spent by Timmins in Noranda for mine permitting, infrastructure, construction, as well as underground development and exploration drilling. Okay, so moving down, not going to go over corporate structure, capital structure, not necessarily important. Market cap, that's important, 62.5 million Canadian dollars. So this is a small market cap company. You guys know I really like small market cap companies because it takes a lot less capital inflow to appreciate the price of an individual share. Not saying that's going to happen, but that is why I, from a principle perspective, like small market cap companies. Okay, so moving down, management and directors, we're just going to talk about this guy. I've actually watched a few interviews with this guy. Very sharp dude, very competent individual, and I'll link a few interviews with him down below if you guys want to, because again, the deeper you dig into a company, the more you understand about it, the safer of an investment it becomes. It becomes not a gamble, it becomes a true investment. Okay, so we're just going to highlight this guy's name, Rana. 30+ years. He's a CEO and director of, I'm sure you guys figured that. 30+ years of business experience, past president and CEO of Musgrove Minerals and Continental Precious Minerals. In 2018, became the CEO of Lead Ventures and oversaw and executed on the acquisition and $5 billion plus reverse takeover of Cureleaf Holdings, which raised $520 million, the largest Canadian cannabis financing in history. Also took the helm of Rockbridge Resources, which he successfully restructured it by acquiring through reverse takeover the $2 billion plus Harvest Health and Rec, which closed a $300 million financing, the third largest cannabis financing in 2018. In 2017, he received the Canadian Senate 150th Anniversary Medal award to Canadians actively working to make Canada a better place to live. So this guy is doing his country a service, what a countryman he is. And again, he's very competent in obviously being a CEO. That's what a CEO is, a chief executive officer. And the fact that he's restructured, he was in cannabis, which is great. Obviously, you guys know we really like the cannabis sector around here as well. I'm actually just about to make a video about the cannabis sector. So again, big fan of this guy, very sharp dude, obviously competent, and you want a competent individual. You want an individual with a very strong and reliable track record to be running a company. And if he's done it once, it only makes sense he could do it again. History doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. So shout out Ron Vig once again. I will link some interviews with him down below if you guys want to dig deeper into him. But I think that is where we will call this Blue Lagoon sponsored review. Once again, you guys, I keep saying this, but I truly do feel fortunate to work with cool companies that I'm genuinely interested in, and it obviously helps support the channel. So, Waves family, please show Blue Lagoon Resources some love if you liked what you saw. Let me know what you think about them. Drop some love for them in the comments, because we truly do appreciate our sponsors around here. And again, I'm just thankful to be working with such cool companies. So we're going to call it there, you guys. I hope you did enjoy this. Once again, please leave a like on the video if you did gain some value from it today. If you're really if you're liking how gold and silver is looking right now as well, just like I am, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking about anything at all. Always love talking shop with you guys. Always love learning from you guys. And until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.